and I'm back with another tutorial, and I do have Cheeto here with me today. Sorry, he's taking a bath. There we go. So I'm back, and we are going to make another jewelry set that is holiday colored, but not over the top holiday. So it's gonna be something that you can wear to a holiday party. It's something that you can wear on Valentine's Day. It's something you can wear in May 15th out shopping. It's gonna be something you can wear whenever, and it's gonna be red and gold. So very pretty, very elegant looking, and very fun. So let's go ahead and get turned around and we will get started. Okay, we have all kinds of things here today. So we have about a 5-inch piece of 20 gauge wire that we will need in gold, if you want to do gold. And we have about a 14-inch piece of 7-strand beading wire in satin gold. I have some gold chain. I have these cute little square spacers with little rhinestones on them. I got these at Michael's. I have a lightweight, faceted, really shiny, really pretty wood pendant that is drilled through the center. I have some little square beads, can't remember where I got those. Some of your basic red rondelles, more of those lovely 6-0 gold seed beads, some clear crystals, and 2 shades of red from cherry tree beads. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a second because my old cat was beating down the door. So we are going to make a really pretty necklace first to go with like a holiday theme, but without being covered in tinsel, I guess. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to put this item on here. So what we are doing is we're going to do a wrapped loop on both sides, and we are going to hang some pieces of chain from the one end, making a tassel. So let's do that first. Get all that out of the way. I usually do that off camera, but I didn't do it today. So how we do that is we're going to do a wrap loop here at the top just to get started. You hear my cat. Hi, Marmalade. Hi, buddy. He's probably going to run out for in a minute. So, what? He's talking to you guys. He's old and he's grumpy, and he's very sweet, but he's old and grumpy. He's pretty much just a lap cat at this point. He does not have time to play or does not want to play, and he moves pretty slowly, and he's pretty grumpy. All right, so let's go ahead and get this wrap here, and we just want to wrap them 2 or 3 times around. And then we'll trim this off. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to pause this again so I can let him back out, because now he wants back out. So this is how it's going to be today. He doesn't know if he wants in or out ever. He just wants all doors left open at all times, and that's not how things work. All right, 1 second, right back. Okay, I'm back. That was pretty quick, but annoying. You gotta love them though. I mean, they are something else, I'm telling you. All right, so let's put on one of these gold beads. And then let's put on this really pretty faceted. I love that this is wood and it's faceted, and it's really just that pretty. It's gorgeous. All right, and then we're gonna put on a spacer on this side too. There we go. And let's go ahead and do another wrap loop, but let's leave it open for a moment because we are going to attach some chain pieces to it. All right, so we're gonna leave it just like this, and we're going to just pop it open and just leave it sit for a second. And let's just grab our chain, and I am not going to measure any of this chain. I am just going to cut it off where I think it would look best. There we go. So let's just make a bunch of different lengths. So let's go right about here. Okay, and then let's do one right about here. I want to do 4 or 5 pieces of this chain. Let's do another longer one. And probably just one more. And let's do this one right about here. Okay. So we have 4 pieces of chain that we're going to hook onto that little loop that we have right there. I'll clean up my mess. All right, we can just move that chain aside and let it sit for a second. And I'm just going to not put these on in any order. I'm just going to string them on randomly. So there's one. And whoops. There's another, and here's another one, and we have one more that needs to go on. And I am just stringing these on right on to the loop, the chain right on the loop. That way there's no jump rings, nothing. It just kind of lays really nice that way. All right, so then we need our pliers so we can wrap that loop and close it up. Be very careful to not pinch the chain when you're holding your loop. If you pinch the chain, you could break it, you'll be starting over. And let's just do a couple nice little wraps here. There we go, just like that. And then let's trim this off. Squeeze that little piece down so it's not snagging on a sweater or something. And I think I want to just twist this just a little bit just so it's sitting the right way. Okay, there we go, that's close. All right, so that's going to be our center. And now you could either leave the chains just the way they are, very plain, or you can, maybe hang a bead from a couple of them, which is what I would like to do. I would like to hang a bead from maybe just a couple, maybe the shorter ones, and leave the longer ones alone, but we'll see. We'll see what we decide. So let's get a couple of head pins. And I'm choosing the ones that I'm able to wire wrap pretty easily right directly onto the chain. And let's see, I think we could use one of these clear beads. These are really, really pretty. So let's use one of these. And I will make a wire wrap loop that we're gonna hang right from the chain. The thing I love about chain is it's so versatile. You can use it in so many ways. And it helps you make jewelry making that much easier because it's something that's pre-made for you. But it also adds personality and depth to your pieces, which is really great. And don't get me wrong, I love full beaded strands, on a necklace all the way up. But sometimes I just want to show a little more of the metal. And I just want to have a little more of that instead of extra beads. All right, so there's that one. And then let's go ahead and grab this next shortest length and let's do this really pretty square one. This one's kind of, it has like some fire polish going on and it's just really, really pretty. So let's use that one. And we're gonna do another wrap loop. And put that right on this chain. And when we're all done, if we decide that the tassel needs a little bit more, then we will do more. But I don't think it's going to need more. I think it's going to be pretty just the way it is. All right, so we got that trimmed off. And now we can go ahead and squeeze that little piece of wire in so it doesn't snag on anything. And that's what we have so far. So really cute, really simple, really pretty. And that's kind of what we're going for. We want to go like simplistic, but beautiful at the same time. So I'm gonna move everything else off to the side right now because our focus is just on this beautiful lady here. So we're going to use this piece of wire. We're going to end up using chain on the rest of the necklace around the back of the neck, but this is going to be heavily beaded and beautiful. So let's go ahead and put the wire on there. And again, depending on the length that you want to do, I'm using about 13 inches of wire. And I am using the 7-strand Beading in satin gold. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in a couple of these little gold check glass spacers, just because I like to have something tiny right up against our little wire wrapped loop. So let's do that. And then I want to go ahead and jump right into some of these big, beautiful beads. So let's do a couple of these squares. Okay, and then we can go right from that square to this beautiful rhinestone square. See how that looks with it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be really pretty. Oh, I dropped one on the floor. I'll grab that later. So let's do this one. And then let's go ahead and use another one of the squares. I just kind of like that small, big, small look there. I think that looks really cool. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like. And I think it's gonna be pretty. All right, so then from there, let's go ahead and use some of these really pretty glass crystals. Let's do a couple of them right in a row. Let's follow that up with a gold spacer. If I can get that crystal on. Just like so. And then maybe another set of the red squares with the little rhinestone square. I should have bought 2 of these strands. These are beautiful, these little square spacers. And then let's do one on this side as well. And another square. And then let's go right into a few more of these clear AB finish crystals. A couple more on each side. And then we're going to use some of our cherry tree beads, oval gold in red beads. All right, so there we go. That's what we have so far, and it's going to be very sparkly, very pretty. And now these are 2 different shades of red. So there's a deeper red like you find right here, but then we have this other red that is kind of like what's in this little square. So let's start with the the deeper red, and we're just gonna do 3 deep reds on each side. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do gold spacer right there. Let's take those off for a second. Do a gold spacer. And then let's do 3 of the deep red. And then a gold spacer on this side. Whoops. And then 3 of the deep red. If I can get them on there. All right, there's 1. And there's 2 and 3. And then let's go right into this lighter red and let's do 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. And the same thing for this side. 1, 2, and 3. Very pretty. So now let's do another gold spacer. And then let's do 3 more of the lighter red. 1, I keep missing the hole for some reason, and I have my glasses on. 2 and 3. And another gold spacer for this side. And let's do 3 of the lighter red. 1, 2, and 3. And then let's go right into the darker red. 1, 2, and maybe 3. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop on that side. So now we just have this side to do. So let's do 3 of the darker red. 1, whoops, 2, and 3. There we go. All right, so now we have that. And now we can go ahead and attach our things that keep them on there. So our little jump ring and our wire guardian. So first we want to put our, not jump ring, our crimp tube, and then our wire guardian on. All right. And then we're going to just loop that string into the other side of our wire guardian, and there we go. Make sure I'm doing this here, doing it some justice. All right, and then let's pull that crimp tube up over our strand along with a bead. Make sure those wires are not crossed. And let's go ahead and crimp down our little crimp tube. Like so. Okay, put that back on there. And we can just go ahead and feed the rest of these beads up onto that extra little piece of stringing wire that we have there. There. All right, grab the other side and let gravity do its job, and we can let that side go. And we can do the same thing on this other side. So let's drop that crimp tube down there. And our wire guardian, string that right on our wire. And down through the other side. And then go ahead right through that crimp tube and one of the beads. Right, and then we're going to grab a hold of it and just pull it straight down. All right. So I took a good dose of Dayquil because I'm determined to not let this beat me, and now I feel so much better. I don't have that fuzzy like head feeling anymore that I did earlier. So that's a good thing. And I drank a huge glass of orange juice, and that felt actually amazing. There's something about when you're not feeling good and how well orange juice actually really tastes. Like, I like orange juice anyway, but it just tastes so much better when you have a cold. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because there's so much acid in it, it like cuts through all your like sensations in your face or what, but yeah. So there we go. We did still have these, and so we can use these still if we want to, but I don't even know if it's really necessary. We have a lot of beautiful red going on here, so I think we're just gonna leave that sit. All right, so the next step is, let's go ahead and get the rest of our chain on. And now I wanted this to be long. So I'm going to measure the chain myself. I'll let you know how much I'm using. And then we'll kind of measure it out on that necklace there. So I'm gonna cut it off right on me, and we will figure this out. So what we have here is we're gonna need 2 pieces of chain. So let's cut this off, and I'll give you a full measurement of what this will look like if you want to make it a long necklace. All right, and let's find the middle. And it looks like the middle is right about, see if it's not tangled here. Let's try that again. Okay, so right here, we're going to trim that off. All right, so now we have both of our side pieces. And so just so you know, this is going to be, let's see, I'm grabbing my trusty little tape measure here. From this spot to the pendant is 6 inches. And then we have here, it looks like almost 13 inches. So you're looking at close to like 18 to 20 inches on each side to make it a nice long necklace. All right, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and attach these to our chain. And what we need is some little jump rings. So I have some here. And I think I actually want to use even smaller ones. So let me dig out another small, teeny tiny one like that one. Oh, same size. There we go. Now we got some little tiny ones. Okay. So let's go ahead and open one of these. For as hard as these little tiny jump rings are, they're probably like my favorite. They just disappear in your work. They're gone. It's like they're here and then they just look like part of the necklace. All right. And let's double check that and make sure it's closed real tight. Now, there we go. And then let's do the other side. And let's just go ahead and string on our little beaded portion right onto our chain and close this jump ring right up. You want to feel it close all the way, that little click feeling. There we go. All right, so we have that. And then, like always, I always forget to grab something, and I forgot to grab a couple lobster clasps. So one moment and I'll be right back. So we got a little bit of snow outside. It's probably just a good little dusting, just enough to cover the ground a little bit, and it looks pretty. I wasn't prepared for it, but it looks pretty. I know, what else am I thinking? It's almost the end of November, and usually in Michigan we have snow before then. So I guess we've been lucky. And I'll just take it at that. All right, so let's go ahead and hang our lobster clasp onto the end of this chain. If I can find the end, there we go. All right. And then let's find another bigger jump ring so that we can attach it on to the end of our chain. And it'd be easier to hook on that clasp when you're ready to wear it. So we're going to hook on that larger jump ring and the end of our chain, like so. Okay, just like that. There, that looks pretty. All right, so now we have our delicately tasseled necklace for Christmas or not for Christmas. It's up to you, but there we go. I think that would look beautiful with like a white sweater or something. Just, it would stand out so well. All right, so let's go ahead and move that off to the side, and we're gonna get started on our bracelet. So for our bracelet, I cut about a 7.5 piece of beading wire, and we are going to do a nice simple bracelet here. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to put these as my middle. So we're going to do 3 of these, and we're going to use these squares as their little divider. So it's kind of like your little top of your bracelet focal. It'll be really, really pretty. And it's different than what we did with them on the necklace. So it'll stand out a little bit and be just a little bit different than what your necklace looks like. There we go. All right. Okay, and then from there, let's go ahead and do a couple gold spacers. And on this one. There we are. And then let's do a couple of these red ones. 1 and 2. And then here as well. 1 and 2. And then we're going to use these gold spacers. 1 here and 1 here. All right, so now that we're here, we're going to do something a little bit different. So you remember having some tassel on the necklace? Well, we're going to do the same thing on the bracelet, but it's going to be much, much shorter. So let's do a couple really short lengths, and it's not going to be underneath the bracelet like we normally would have it. It's going to be kind of on the side, so it's going to be really different. And do 2 more pieces. So 1 and 2. All right, and we're gonna get this all set up before we even put it on the bracelet. So let's go ahead and see if we wanna put a couple dangles on here. And I think what we'll use for the dangles is we will use the, I think we'll use the same beads. So let's use this one, and let's use this one. And of course, we're gonna just do a little wire wrap on 2 of these. let's grab one of our pieces here. Just fit that right on our little loop. I may not have opened it up enough here. Let me open it up a little bit more. Just open it like a jump ring. There we go. And then let's go ahead and wrap this right on. So I'm gonna grab onto that loop with my bent nose pliers like that. Try not to squeeze that piece of chain so I don't bend it and break it. And then let's grab our other pliers and do a, whoops, I'm like way over, right here. Let's do a little wrap loop. There, like so. Let's trim that off. And toss it aside. There we go. And let's go ahead and do this one as well. Really pretty. Another little wrap loop. And we're gonna hang this from one of the really, really short ones there. All right. Okay. And now let's go ahead and position our bent nose pliers so we can do a wrap loop on this one as well. Okay. Then let's trim that off. And squeeze that down. And let's grab a little jump ring and we will feed that right onto our bracelet like a bead. So let's go ahead and open this one up. And let's put this on. And then this little guy. And then let's do this one. And then this one. Okay, now let's close it all the way. All right, and now we're going to make sure it's closed all the way. There we go. All right, let's string it right on here. Okay, so then let's use another gold spacer on either side or on both sides of this bracelet. All right, now that we have that, let's go ahead and do some of these. And some of these. All right, so on this side, we need to do, let's do 3 dark red. 1, 2, and 3. And then let's go right into 3 light red. 1, 2, and 3. Let's do the same thing on this end. 3 of the dark red. 1, 2, and 3. And then 3 of the light red. All right. Now let me just measure it on my wrist to see. All right. right, it looks like we still have some room for a couple more beads. So let's just go ahead and do, let's just do the ending be some gold, because I think we could actually use more gold in here. So let's do 3 gold on this side and 3 gold on this side. And that should probably put us just about right. Goodness, there we go. All right, let's try it again, because maybe we'll have to add 1 more to each side. I'm not really certain. No, it looks like this is gonna be good. All right, so take that off. Actually, you know what? I'm just kidding. Let's do 1 more. It's just to be on the safe side. Make it a nice even 4. All right, so now that we have that, let's grab another couple wire guardians, because we need those. Just a couple. There we go. And a couple more crimp tubes. There we go. Grab our crimping pliers. And let's go ahead and put our crimp tube on and our wire guardian. All right, so just like that. And let's just run it through a couple of those beads. Squish that down just a little bit so it makes it easier. All right, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and crimp that crimp tube down so we can let go of this side. There we go. And gravity do its job. And let's do this side too. Oh my goodness. There you go, Jody. Now you got it. Okay. So let's do this. And do a couple beads. 1 bead is good enough. And let's just pull that down, crimp it, and cut off our extra wire. And there we go. Cut this little piece off. And then we need our lobster. See, look how cute that's gonna be with those dangles right there. It's gonna be so cute. And we need a larger jump ring and a couple of these smaller ones. And let's go ahead and put these right on. Okay, we got the larger one on for our clasp. And now let's put the smaller one on. And then we're going to get ready to do a pair of earrings to match this. And then we will be all done with the set, and I will try it on when we're all done so you can see it. All right, so there we go. All right, and now here is our lovely Christmassy, not Christmassy bracelet. There, look at that. That's pretty. That's really pretty. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna get started on these earrings. So you're gonna need a couple ear wires. We're going to use chain again. We are going to use a couple of these, and this, and a couple of these. And we will use some of these gold spacers as well, and some of these beads. So I'm just gonna clear this off, like so, give us more elbow room. And we're going to also need a couple eye pins. All right, so let's get all of our materials together that we need. And we need some chain. So these I want 2 sizes, but they both need to be the same length since they're going on our ears. So let's go here. Oh, actually, I think I want 4 pieces of chain for each one. So let's do this. And we'll cut that off right there. All right, and now let's make sure we have this even. All right, and then this one. Let's cut it right here. So now we got 1 for each side. And then let's do a couple more. So let's maybe go longer for this one. We got one of those for each side, and then let's do a couple of really short ones. All right. And of course, if it's off by 1 link, it's really not going to matter all that much because you're not going to notice that from someone's ear, from someone's right ear to their left ear. So it's okay if it's off just a teeny tiny little bit, but you want to get as close as you can to it. All right, so we are really using up this chain, but I like it. This one is chain heavy. So we're making this one even shorter. Things we had to go through to find centers, right? There we go. Okay, so that was actually not that bad. All right, so now we have all of our little chain pieces. And we are going to pick a couple of them to do some dangles on. So let's see, is it the same one? Yep, let's do these. And then maybe let's do the longest ones. So let's do that and that. And we're going to use these as the dangles. Actually, I think we could put dangles on all 4 of them because it would be just, I think, that much prettier. So maybe we'll do that. All right, so let's go ahead and start hanging on these little dangles. So for those, we need some head pins, and I have some head pins here. And we're going to use the ball head pins because we're going to do a wire wrap loop, and these seem to work better for that. And we're going to hang those right directly onto our chain. helps if you're holding onto the whole entire loop there. There we go. Just a couple wire wraps, like so. And let's go ahead and squeeze that in a little bit. There we go. And then let's keep on with the same ones so we don't get out of order or anything. And let's wire wrap this one. Okay. Put through a little chain. Goodness, there we go. And let's just do a couple little wraps. Shoot, I didn't mean to drop that, sorry guys. All right. And there we go. Okay, so let's move on to the next ones. Okay, so have any of you gotten started or haven't started or actually done with any of your holiday shopping, like for Christmas or anything like that? I have a couple gifts bought and a couple gifts made, but that's really about it. There's some things I am kind of at a loss for, so I'm just taking some extra time to think, hoping our kids get back to us with some kind of realistic things that they want. I'm at the point with them that it's almost like it's easier just to give them money, but then I'm always worried that they're going to spend on a bill. But then I also think too, well, you know what? If spending it on a bill helps them, and that's what they want to do, or they want to buy groceries with it, then that's, you know, up to them. But it's just hard to buy for adults and for my adult children, I should say. You know, things that, like, it's okay, it's easy to buy things that they need, but if there's anything that they want, because I like to try to get them something that they want, and then of course everybody always gets new socks, new underwear, you know, a hoodie, sweatshirt, or t-shirts, or, you know, just clothes that they can like replace maybe some stuff that they've worn out, you know, things like that. And then in their stocking, you know, they usually get like just a bunch of like little treats. Like there's this candy store that is in downtown Kalamazoo. It's called Rocket Fizz, and they carry all the new candy plus like all the vintage candy. And when I say vintage, I mean they even have like blackjack chewing gum. Like they have everything. And we usually end up filling their stockings with a bunch of like saltwater taffy and like fun, you know, little candies. So it's really fun to go there. We enjoy, I think we enjoy stocking stuffer shopping more than anything because it's just so much more fun. All those little cool things. All right, so we'll do, okay, so that one's the longer one. Okay, so we're gonna do the darker red on this longer one. I really feel like these little beads are so versatile. I'm obsessed with them. They're so cute. And I do have some other colors that I want to do stuff with too. Like I have black, and I have like a minty blue, a really light lavender, and an amber color. And I'm really looking forward to using them in more of my jewelry because they're just really pretty. And I love the shape. All right, so we have that one. Cut that off there. And then let's do the lighter one on this one. So my husband's birthday is Christmas Eve, and so we get together with our family on Christmas Eve as well instead of Christmas Day. So we celebrate Shane's birthday, but we're also celebrating Christmas Eve. So I try really hard to make earlier in the day like all about Shane. And one of the traditions that we do for birthdays, he does it and I do it for him. He does it for everybody and then I do it for him, is he will make what you want for your birthday dinner, and then I will usually make the dessert, whatever the person wants for their birthday dinner. So sometimes I get something as easy as fruit salad. Sometimes I'm making a custom cheesecake that is taking my extra time, which I don't mind at all because I enjoy making cheesecakes and I enjoy people telling me how much they love my desserts. I think that people telling me how much I love my desserts is my love language. So I enjoy people enjoying eating, if that makes any sense to you at all. It means a lot to me when someone enjoys my food. All right, so here we go. And so for him then, I always say, okay, well, you need to pick out your birthday meal. What do you want for your birthday? And a lot of times, you know, he picks out pretty simple things, and it makes life easier, especially because not only am I making it for him, but I'm also making it for everybody who's coming over to celebrate his birthday and celebrate Christmas Eve too. So it ends up being something that's really big, like a crock pot item. He wanted Reubens last year, so I got a corned beef and I got the sauerkraut and everything else, and I slow cooked the corned beef. And man, those Reubens turned out so good. They were just delicious. And of course, there's not everybody likes Reubens or corned beef, so I bought a small ham and did that in my other crock pot. So we had a small ham and some corned beef, and we did nice, fresh, hot sandwiches, and it was a success. And then I make this banana caramel cheesecake for him, and he goes back and forth between that one and salted caramel. Those are his two favorites. So I usually am making one or two of those. And then Christmas Day is pretty simple for us. You know, we open presents with our kids. Our kids still come and stay with us on Christmas Eve, which is truly a blessing. Well, with the exception of Jacob, because Jacob does have his fiance Devin, and they have family they have to see too, and they have their own home, but my daughter lives 2 hours away, so she always comes too. And then that way she can go, her and William can go the next morning and go see their dad after we're done opening gifts. So it all works out really nice. And so, you know, we do that. And then once the kids are gone, Shane and I have our own things that we do. So we go and get Chinese for lunch, and then we usually go see a movie at the movie theater. So we do our little Christmas Day date, and it's really fun. One of the things I look forward to most each year. Sorry about pausing. I had to cough and get a drink. All right, I think I'm good now. I got hit with a little coughing spell, but I think I'm good. All right, so now that we have our little tassels done for our earrings, let's go ahead and move on to the bigger part of our earrings. So we're gonna need a spacer. Let's do this clear one. Let's do the square rhinestones and this little square on top. And we're just going to make a simple loop. Oh, we could do another spacer. So these are going to be longer earrings again. Okay, so the simple loop, I am going to trim off quite a bit of this because we only need a tiny bit. And just roll that back onto itself. There we go. To make our simple loop. And just make sure it's closed completely. There we go. There's one. And then let's do the same thing on this one. So we need our little spacer. We need our white or clear. We need our rhinestone spacer, our red square, and yeah, it kind of looks like a little hat, like a head of a hat. That's really cute. I never even like thought about that. All right, and then let's go ahead and bend that over. And let's make our wrap loop. And there we go. All right, so now that we have that, we're just going to go ahead and directly hang these on to the bottom of our, I think they'll all fit. And I'm just hanging them on randomly because they're all gonna be kind of squished together. So it's not gonna really matter what order I go into. And I think they'll all fit on the bottom of this, we'll see. If not, we'll definitely put them on a jump ring and hook them on, but I think I want them to look like one complete item. So let's see if this works. And it looks like it did. That looks cute. All right, and then let's go ahead and put our ear wire on. These are gonna be another long one, so if you don't want them long, you can make them shorter, that's for sure. But I kind of like these holiday ones being long, especially because sometimes you wear blouses that might be, you know, off the shoulder or whatever, and they're, you know, really cute. And if it's just touching your shoulder, like ever so slightly, it looks really pretty and really elegant. At least in my opinion, it does. Or like a spaghetti strap, you know, strap dress if you're going out to dinner. Okay, so we're just about done here, and it's probably a good thing because my voice is starting to bother me, and I won't be doing any more talking the rest of the day. All right, so let's go ahead and get this final ear wire on, and I think that we are done with our necklace, our jewelry set. So I'm going to get this turned around, and I will try everything on for you so you can see what it looks like. I'll be right back. Okay everyone, I'm back, and here's the earrings. So they're not as long as I thought they'd be. They just go right down to the base of my neck, which I think looks really cute. I think they look really pretty. And here's the bracelet. You see the little dangles right there. I'm just going to turn it around for you so you can see the whole thing. And it's very sparkly, very shimmery. And here comes my little dangles. And it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. And then the necklace is actually long enough. I didn't even need to put a clasp on it. So this is where it lands, and I like it because it's long and it's gonna look cute with one of those really long like tunic type blouses or whatever, something like that. So really cute. Okay everyone, so that's all I have for today. Cheeto's over there, you can barely see him in the corner over here. He says bye as he's looking out the window at the snow, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna go lay on the couch and watch some TV. Have a great day.